Welcome to Head to Head, AL.com's preview and prediction show. So Kevin, we have number 2 versus number 4. Do you think the committee did this on purpose just to hype this game up?
Conspiracy. There are plenty of those when the committee comes out with its rankings. Obviously, this is a big game. We didn't need any additional rankings, any needless or useless rankings to come out to tell us this is a big game. It's been a big game every year for years now, really ever since Nick Saban got to Tuscaloosa. Great rivalry between him and Les Miles. You can call it Game of the Century Part 2, Part 3, and that's the extent of my French.
So let's break this game down. Brandon Harris, he seems like he's improved as the season has gone. The last 3 games, he's passed for over 200 yards, and he hasn't had any interceptions all season.
Jinx alert.
Against Florida, they have a really good secondary, and he looked really well against them, but I think he only attempted 20 passes. Against Alabama, he's gonna have to pass more than that because of the Alabama rushing defense.
You know, we've talked so much all week. Everyone's talked about Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette, the offensive lines, the defensive lines, and obviously the trenches are going to be important. Really, I think it comes down to the quarterbacks. Both Brandon Harris and Jake Coker, somebody's going to have to make some plays. You can't just turn around and hand the ball off 33 times to your All-American tailback. That won't get it done against these defenses. Harris or Coker are going to have to step up. It would make me a little nervous that Harris hasn't thrown an interception all year, that Alabama's secondary has been so good at going after the ball this year and then making something happen when they do pick off passes. And the LSU defense, not quite what it's been in the past under John Chavis. Kevin Steele, his first year there as defensive coordinator, but he does know Alabama as well as anybody on the outside of that program. Anise, here's a fun fact. Every Alabama quarterback under Nick Saban has led either a tying or a winning drive in the fourth quarter or overtime against LSU, including our next guest, John Parker Wilson. Take it away, John Parker.
Thanks, Kevin. I think this is going to be a tough game between 2 top 10 teams. Both have a lot of line with the implications of the SEC West, but I think Alabama comes on top in a close game, 20-17.
Shocker, JP picked Alabama. But now time for our picks. Who you got, Anise?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think it is going to be close. LSU, they haven't scored more than 17 points against Alabama since 2010. Now, this is pretty obvious, but I think the way to slow down Leonard Fournette is to keep him off the field. So I think that Alabama they need to be able to own the time of possession in this game. So I do think it is going to be a close one, a little more high scoring than what JP said, but I think it's going to be 27-24 Alabama.
This game is going to be 2011 all over again, but in reverse. This time, tight game, start to finish, maybe even goes to overtime, not predicting that. But this time LSU falls a little bit short, but stays in the championship hunt because they do lose a close game. Alabama's going to get it done because they have the superior defense, 19-16.
So if we're all 3 right, that'll take some heat off the playoff committee, right?
No doubt. You know who's probably secretly going to be waving a crimson shaker on Saturday?
Who?
Condoleezza Rice.